Jai Sitaram, Ayodhya Ch, Chapter 12. In the previous section, we saw how King Dasaratha pleads with Mother Kaikeyi, and he talks about how dependent he is on Rama for existence. He says that he is exceptionally happy when he sees his oldest son, and when he doesn't see him, he loses his consciousness. He talks about a very beautiful analogy, that is, the world could probably live without the sun and the crops can live without water, but then Dasaratha cannot live without Rama. And he is also willing to go against tradition. And as the elderly husband, he is willing to place his head at the feet of his young wife, begging her to be gracious to him, begging her to make sure that the two boons are rescinded, begging her not to send Rama off into the forest. And in this heightened mood, we will continue with the various arguments that Dasaratha presents to prevent Rama from going into the forest. Verses 15, 16 and 17. Kim idam chintitam pape tvaya paramadarunam atha jignasase mam tvam bharatasya priya priye. Astu yet tatva yapurvam vyahritam raghavam prati same jeshtah sutah shriman dharma jeshta itiva me tatvaya priyavadinya sevartham katitham bhavet. Maybe you spoke thus to test my love and affection for Bharata? Then you must but have asked the throne for your boy. Your prayer for the exile of Rama is utterly at variance with what you spoke of him time and oft ere now. Rama is older in righteousness and virtue than the other sons of men. Hence I count him as my firstborn. Bharata comes but next. Said you not so? You then meant it to flatter my credulous vanity, or moved for the time by Rama's devotion to you. Verse 18. Tachrutva shoka santapta samtapayasi mam bhrisham avishtasi griham shunyam satvam paravasham gata. You are in the grip of grief and fear ever since you heard of the approaching coronation of Rama. You have lent yourself to be played upon by evil-hearted schemers. You have sought the dark solitude of this angry chamber, and you wring my heart even unto death by a cruel obstinacy. Well, I see it all clearly that your fair words were no test of my feelings towards your Bharata. So now King Dasaratha says that perhaps Kaikeyi wanted to test his affection towards Bharata. But even if that were the case, why did she have to ask for Rama to be sent off to the forest? That makes no sense. Now, another reason is that Kaikeyi herself has specified that Rama is Jeshtam in so many different ways, in his qualities, in his righteousness and all that. Rama is Jeshta. She has specified that Rama is the best amongst everyone. So at that time, Kaikeyi had this opinion. So why did it change right now? Is it because Kaikeyi is afraid of Rama's coronation? Or is it because some evil spirit has possessed her? So why exactly is she talking like this? It doesn't make any sense. Now we will see how he turns it into the lineage question. Verse 19. Ikshavku nam kule devi sampraptah sumahanayam anayo naya sampanne yatra te vikrita matihi. They say it prophesies the downfall of a noble line when some well conducted member of it turns out all unexpectedly perverse and wicked. You were known even till now to love right and fear wrong. But this sudden moral twist foretells some dire calamity to the line of Ikshavku. And now Dasaratha goes about to talk about the destruction of a lineage. And Dasaratha knows that Kaikeyi pays a lot of attention to kingdoms, to lineage. So if the whole line of Ikshvakus is now fallen thanks to one lady, one woman, one Kaikeyi, then how exactly is Bharata going to propagate this line of Ikshvakus? It is not possible. And then Dasaratha once again expresses his utter disbelief that Kaikeyi has asked for something like this. Verse 20. Nahi kimchid ayuktam va vipriyam va puramama akorastvam vishalakshi tena na shraddhamyaham. O large-eyed one, I carry my memory as far back as I can, but cannot recall any occasion when your conduct towards me was any other but seemly and loving. Hence my perplexity and unwillingness to take your words in earnest. So there is a double meaning to calling Kaikeyi as Vishalakshi or the large-eyed one. The obvious meaning is that Kaikeyi has very large eyes and therefore Dasaratha is calling her as the large-eyed one. But the deeper meaning is that Dasaratha is saying that with my ordinary eyes, I'm trying to go back in time and see if there was ever a moment when you have behaved like this with me, and I'm not able to find it. And now, with your large eyes, you go ahead and check out whether we behaved like this with each other ever before. It was always a very loving and caring exchange. Now, why have you suddenly stopped seeing that? It doesn't make sense. So that's why he cannot believe what Kaikeyi has done. So even in predictive analysis or trend analysis, we always go through historical data. And history is showing over here that there was never a moment when Dasaratha and Kaikeyi had anything but a very loving exchange. And therefore, he cannot fathom why Kaikeyi is behaving like this all of a sudden. Because it does not match her previous behavior with him. Verse 21. Nanute ragavastulyo bharatena mahatmana bahusho hi sma bale tvam katayase mama. Girl, said he not over and over again to me, my Bharata is great in might and heart, but Rama is his peer, nay his master? Your words stand witness to your thoughts, so I will not believe you now. So now Dasaratha calls her as Bale, that means young lady, a girl. Why? She's not very young. Obviously, she has a 25-year-old son. So she's not very young, but yet she's young in her desires. She's young in her experience. She's young in behavior. She's young in her consciousness. So in all of these ways, she's very young. This is why she does not understand that It is her duty to make sure that her husband is okay. And Dasaratha has time and oft mentioned that he cannot live without Rama. And yet she has no problems in sending Rama away, even if it were to mean that King Dasaratha, her husband, is going to pass away out of grief of separation from his beloved Rama. So she's very young. She's young in her love for King Dasaratha as well. And then he goes on to say that Kaikeyi previously had always mentioned that Rama and Bharata are equal in her eyes, that Rama is on par with the great souled Bharata. Kaikeyi herself has acknowledged this. So why is she changing the tune right now? So we see a lot of historical behavior does not match the current behavior. Verse 22. Tasya dharmatmano devi vanavasam yashasvinaha katham rochaya se bhiru nava varshani panchacha. How had you the heart to condemn for 9 and 5 years to the lonely forests Rama, on whom virtue and fame shed their undimmed luster? So now we see King Dasaratha state, how is it possible for Kaikeyi to gain so much of happiness in seeing Rama, the beloved of everyone, be in the forest? So, in the 22nd verse of this chapter, he says, Katham rocheyase. How is it possible for you to take delight in Nava Varshani Panchacha? That means Nava means 9, Varshani means years, Pancha means 5. So 9 plus 5 is 14. How do you take pleasure in seeing who? Dharmatmano, the one who is very pious, and Yashasvinaha, who is very famous. How do you take delight in sending this Rama to the forest? Now, the terminology that is used for Rama over here is, one is Dharmatmana, the other one is Yashasvinaha. So, Dharmatmana means that Rama is very righteous. So, this is once again a veiled criticism on Kaikeyi that despite being known as a very righteous person, Kaikeyi wants to send that righteous person into the forest for Nava Varshani Panchacha, for 14 years. Vanvas is given to people who have conducted heinous crimes, who do not follow dharma. And King Dasaratha is calling Rama as Dharmatmana. So this Dharmatmana, Rama has to go to the forest without having committed any crime. So this is not fair. Another epithet that is given over here is Yashasvinaha. So Mantra and Kaikeyi thought that if Rama would go away to the forest for 14 years, Bharata would be able to capture the affections of all the people of Ayodhya and his kingdom is going to be very secure. But Dasaratha is saying that irrespective of where Rama stays, whether it is in the city Ayodhya or whether it is in the forests of Dandakaranya, whether he stays here forever, whether he is in the forest away from the sights of common people for 14 years, he will always be famous. Yashasvinaha. That yasha, the fame, the love that the people have for him, his fame for being very righteous, very pious, very kind, very loving, very caring person towards his devotees, that is not going to fade away from the hearts of the devotees. So it really does not matter. Even if you were to send him away, Rama is still going to be alive in the hearts of all the people. So you will not be able to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. So why not make Rama stay over here? And then he calls Kaikeyi as Bhiru. Bhiru means quite timid. Bhiru could also mean kind of cowardly, but over here it's very timid. So he's saying, do you even understand the ramifications of how the people are going to react? Are you strong enough to face universal condemn? Are you strong enough to face universal criticism by sending Dharmatmana and Yashasvina Rama to the forest? Are you strong enough to do that? No, you're very timid. So it doesn't behoove you to send Rama to the forest. Let us continue in this great devotee's love for Lord Rama in the next section. Jai Sitaram.